I'm just going to show you how to sponge and add a little dimension to your flowers on the edges. Now you can pick a darker color or a color that's almost the same to highlight things. And since I did almost the same before, I'm going to try poppy here. Now you can use a sponge like this and go around the edges. What I do is I buy the $1.50 sponges and cut it in 8 pieces. And if you have a lot of colors, that works good. But I find it's easier to use the Tim Holtz adapters and just go around the edge. Now I'm doing it right on my Versamark, and then I'll take a baby wipe later and wipe off the edges. It is smart to do both the front and the back because when you fold your flowers, both sides will show. And if you do not have a collection of color inks, don't worry. The flowers will look lovely without any inking on it. So it's definitely your choice. Okay, so I don't know if I did both sides of each. Let's check. And that just gives a little bit of shading around the edges of the flower. I'm going to go to the smoothie now, a little bit lighter. Whoops. One of my favorite colors in the Close to My Heart collection. And I'm going to put these on the pink parts of the flowers. Now for a candy box, you're going to need a total of 3 flowers. And each flower has 3 petals and at least 1 leaf. The middle flower you might want to put 2 leaves on. Besides that, let's see, just a little bit of shading there. And you can hold it in your hands if you want to and just rub the edges. Actually, for that one, I think I sort of like it just on the edges like that. So I'm going to try that. The other thing you have, I don't even know what the part of the flower is called. I should know since I'm supposed to be used to be a master gardener. The bottom part of the flower is under, that sort of holds it all together. That is a scored piece of green. Now in your kits, some of you got a dark green and some got like a New England ivy and some got lighter greens. You also got different types of colors. I think these have magnets in it. You got different colors of floral tape. And any floral tape will go. It comes in different colors, but sometimes it's hard to find the color you want. If you did end up getting the darker leaves, then let's see, you might want to use the darker floral tape, which is actually easier to find. And I would also use a New England ivy to do the edges. Let's see, I don't have a green. These little holders for your sponges. This is a rounded sponge. Tim Holtz sponges are flat. You can use either, but they come off so you don't need as many handles. But I'm just going to use the green on here and touch a little bit of dimension. And I think it just makes it look not as clean, which is a little bit more natural. Flowers have shadows, and the sponging of ink helps with that. We're also going to shape the cardstock a little bit using a dowel or a skewer or even a pencil or a pen. I like to keep a 3/8 inch dowel in my desk drawers. This one I'm going to make it a little darker. I'm actually going to sponge over it. This goes under. Again, I'm going to do both sides because these little pointy parts get showing. So this, if you want, you can take the time now. It has little score marks, and you're just going to bend them at the score marks. We're going to be adding some glue here. And then these get bent back. Again, that's why it's good to have ink on both sides. Whoop, look at that, wrong side. I actually have already stamped that one, or sponged that one. I guess if you're a little too rough, the score marks will bend. So again, you can use the very reasonable $1.50 sponges and cut it up into pieces, then keep colors for different colors, or you can use these removable sponge applicators that go onto Velcro on the holders. I have an extra flower, an extra leaf here I'll do because I want to show you different ways to do leaves when we get to that part. Okay, so I have my leaves done on both sides, my flowers done on both sides. What I don't have done is the yellow, and it looks like I didn't bring a yellow down with me. So I think I'll just, I won't get any pink on my yellow. If you noticed in your packet, I used old paper, just scrap paper, and the yellow has a design on the back. But that design won't show much. So it's the first part of your flower, the center part of your flower, and it won't show much. So now if you want to be less messy than me, you can put a piece of scrap paper, even computer paper, under your sponging as you do it. So I'm going to get the yellow, and I will highlight the yellow around the edges. And then I'll come back and show you how to glue these together and prepare your wires.